Question 8, Mary Scanlon.
To ask the Scottish Executive what importance in the planning system is given to using prime agricultural land for development.
Stewart Stevenson.
It is Scottish planning policy that development on prime agricultural land should not be permitted unless it is an essential part of the settlement strategy or is to meet an established need where no other site is available.
Mary Scanlon.
I thank the Minister for that response. 2 recent housing developments in the Highlands have been approved on prime agricultural land. Nesgap at Fortrose on the Black Isle is Grade 1 agricultural land, which I understand is very limited in the Highlands. And the Tornagreen development on the A96 corridor is also prime agricultural land, previously used to grow cereals. So given that food security and self-sustainability remain important issues to future food production in Scotland, will the Minister consider re-examining planning policies to ensure that our best agricultural land is safeguarded for agricultural use?
Minister.
Clearly, Presiding Officer, I cannot comment on specific planning applications because of potential involvements for ministers as a whole. However, we have recently published the Consolidated Scottish Planning Policy, in which we take a stronger line on such developments than was set out previously. We are, of course, also developing a land use strategy during the course of this year as part of the responsibilities we have under the Climate Change Act, and I am sure matters such as this will be very keenly taken account of.
Mary Mulligan.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. Can the Minister say whether development on prime agricultural land, or indeed brownfield sites, will still be subject to local negotiation of planning gain, or was the Herald correct this week to report planning gain was to be abolished?
Minister.
The Herald was entirely mistaken in suggesting that it is our intention to abolish planning gain. I wrote to the Herald immediately after the publication of that article to make matters plain on that matter. It is, however, clear that the system would benefit from a review of the processes, but it is very important that where developers are making significant impacts in communities and transport network, that they step up to the plate in making their contribution to addressing these problems with their money.